All right, welcome back to the morning show. Thank you so much for staying with us on this Feel Good Friday. Now, something that is really making us feel good this morning, it is the 30th birthday of Air Traffic and Navigation Services, really a trailblazer in the aviation industry, known for its unwavering commitment to safety and innovation. And joining us this morning to celebrate this milestone, we're joined by Nozipho Mdawe, ATNS CEO, as well as the Minister of Transport, Sindisiwe Chikunga. Welcome to the morning show. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
I think we start with saying congratulations on such a a milestone. This is a big deal. 30 years. This is Nozipho.
Yes, 30 years.
Let's speak about the mandate of the ATNS. Or for somebody, maybe there's a young person who's looking at us and they don't know what is ATNS about, but they're interested in aviation. Tell us more about ATNS and the work that you do.
All right. ATNS was established in 1993 on the 21st of July. Hence, we're celebrating 30 years today.
Sure.
And part of what we are supposed to be doing, and we are definitely doing, is to provide safe operations in the airspace, reliable as well as efficient. So all the movement of aircrafts in the airspace, it's our responsibility.
Sure.
We manage the traffic, and we've got ATCs and other engineers that are supporting the activities that are supposed to be ensuring that we provide safe and reliable and efficient services.
And Minister, what has been your reflection of the work of ATNS, particularly over the 30 years and where we are right now? And I think a bit later on we'll touch on issues of transformation, which are very, very important. But when you're looking at the 30 years, what has been your reflections?
I think I must start by saying happy birthday,
yes.
ATNS. But also maybe to indicate that we are joined by the chairperson of the board of ATNS, Advocate Majavu. He's here with us to give us support.
All right.
It's been a long road and with a lot of achievements. For us to speak about 0% of air crashes in our airspace is something that doesn't happen by itself.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, as we have crashes on the roads, it's possible to have air crashes as well. But because of our air traffic navigation services, ATNS, yes, we don't have those. Because as the CEO is saying, we have best quality trained air traffic controllers that are trained in the academy here at the ATNS. Yes. So yes, in 1995, it was established, the academy to train air traffic controllers. And in that academy, we have trained not only air traffic controllers for South Africa, but for Africa as well.
Sure.
In fact, even for other continents as well. One of the previous presidents of ICAO from Nigeria is a product of our academy.
Sure.
And that's how far we have gone as air traffic navigation services in South Africa. So it's been just a lot of achievements and good things that we sometimes don't talk about.
Absolutely.
They are a technology-based entity.
I love that. And I mean, that is where the world is moving. And I suppose it's nice that we bring you in so that you can at least touch on some of the good stories that the minister is talking about, because she's saying we don't talk about these good stories. Yes. What are some of those? And maybe you can also go into some of the partnerships that you were able to forge.
Let me start with the training academy. That launched the existence and the relevance and the participation of ATNS in the global sector.
Yeah.
We launched a training that afforded us an opportunity to have more than training activities in the continent. We currently provide consulting services in the continent. We deploy technology equipment for surveillance, communication, and navigation. We also are having partnerships with global players in the sector of deployment of technology. We've got Arion, we've got Thales, all of those, they are working with us. But we're also making sure that we are compliant to these standards that are prescribed for us to operate. ICAO is one of them. We've got organizations such as Kenzo that are ensuring that we are as ANSPs, we work together globally. So quite a number of things that have been done at ATNS. We've managed to employ a number of young men and women through our bursary system. We've managed to deploy science and technology systems for the education for schools in the education space. We've also managed to ensure that not only do we provide the technologies, but we advance those technologies. We make sure that we are keeping ourselves abreast and making sure that our teams participate in global activities and provide input for the continent and for our country.
And Minister, your department has spoken about transformation, and I think I wanted to speak about the aviation landscape and how far we are in terms of transformation, particularly when it comes to empowering women and making sure that women are able to occupy that particular space.
I think in the aviation sector, for instance, we've got 3 entities. All of them are led by women.
Yeah, I love it.
Yes.
And I love that I'm sitting with women right now speaking about this
led by
sector.
Women.
Yeah.
But of course, in the air traffic navigation services entity itself, because of the academy, they've been able to transform that sector because of the academy.
Yes.
But of course, generally in the aviation, we're very lagging behind in terms of transformation. You don't have enough pilots, you don't have enough this and that in the aviation sector for many reasons. One of those will be that many of the academies, either than the one that is owned by the state and therefore ATNS, others they are not owned by the state, and therefore even if we fund them, we still find that our black pilots, for instance, will not make it. We've sent others to France. They came back with the highest qualifications from France within the time frame allocated for the training. And that is why it's expensive, but that is why we think that maybe it's worth it that we send them. We're sending about 8 again this year to France again to train as pilots, because the ones that we send to our academies here, if they are black, they don't make it.
Sure.
That's the one story that is amazing, that if you are in South Africa, you are black, you don't make it as a pilot. But if you send somebody to another country with the best training, that gives them the highest qualification in that career, they come back with those and ready to get into any size of the airport, not just the small ones, include the small aircraft to the biggest one. They're able to come back with those. And that is why, therefore, we are investing in that. It's expensive, though.
I can imagine, but I think when we invest in the future, then that's what is very important, in making sure that we are making those strides when it comes to issues of transformation. And Sis Nozi, we're asked to wrap up. I can hear my director asking us, please wrap up this conversation. Very, very interesting, and I'm sure a lot of young people also interested in it. 30 years, what more can we expect from ATNS going forward?
In the next 30 years,
yes,
we'll make sure that we create opportunities for young men and women to continue striving and performing activities that are ensuring that our airspace is safe. We're also going to ensure that the transformation, particularly with the technologies, we want to be able to have those technologies manufactured in South Africa. We want to have players that are black-owned companies that are really participating in the airspace, and being able to say we've got a satellite solutions that we have, satellite network solutions that we have deployed in South Africa, and not for us to be dependent on global players, but also making sure that the talent in Africa is noted and is deployed. Absolutely. We want to make sure that in the continent we exist and we remain relevant, we remain as a collective in Africa, and we to come up with solutions for Africa as Africans. Sure. And lastly, the team at ATNS, it is to ensure that we manage to develop them and they become the best of the best. And we do have the best talent at ATNS.
And Minister, any last words from you? Thank you so much, Sis Nozi.
Being responsible for the 6% of the world airspace,
yes,
we will ensure that our airspace remains very safe, installing and deploying the latest technology. And of course, that will mean that we get young people who are technology savvy, and so that they can actually ensure that we remain safe and secured in our airspace. We will grow. Definitely.
We will absolutely
happy
grow.
Birthday, ATNS.
We'll keep soaring and flying, and happy birthday to ATNS. Thank you so much, Ms. Nozipho, as well as the Minister of Transport, joining us here on the morning show as they mark the 30th birthday of ATNS. And that's where we leave this conversation here on the morning show. When we come back, we give you an update on your sports. Stay with us. Thank you.